We got a loaded show for you guys coming up in just a second, but the season is finally here, and we are in a subscriber battle with Bears Now here at Chat Sports. I think the Bears have a lot of, social media hype around them heading into this season. Well, many people forget that this team up here, they won 13 games last season, and I think they're going to do it again. I think they're going to go back-to-back NFC North champions, and let's set the tone right now on today's video. Hit that subscribe button so we can beat Bears Now in subs this season. Like I said, we got a loaded show for you guys coming up today. We're going to be talking about Mike Evans, as he had an interesting little tweet, I guess, about him wanting to play with Justin Jefferson. Then we'll also be diving into Chris Jones, as it looks like there's a sticky situation brewing over there in Kansas City, and maybe the Vikings could swoop in an all-in move and trade for the star defensive tackle. And then also Bleacher Report suggested the Vikings could be signing a former first-round cornerback. I'll be giving you guys my thoughts on all of this and more, but let's kick it to Mike Garafolo as he starts us off here, as he had this bombshell report yesterday, a couple days ago on September 1st, as he said there is a deadline set. Buccaneers wide receiver Mike Evans' agent says in a statement he will cut off contract negotiations if the sides don't reach a deal by next Saturday, obviously when the Tampa Bay Buccaneers roll into US Bank Stadium. And he says year 10 could be Evans' last season as a Buccaneer. And then this is NFL Rumors. It's just kind of a congregate Twitter account. They found out this interesting kind of quote from Mike Evans, as he said 4 players that he would like to play for. Number 1 on his list was Devontae Adams. Then he had a couple of quarterbacks in Lamar and Patrick Mahomes. But that last name right down there, Justin Jefferson, was what stood out to me, obviously. And could you even imagine a combination of Mike Evans and Justin Jefferson on the football field at the same time? I think it would do wonders for just Kevin O'Connell's offensive brain, the stuff he would be able to cook up with those two. Plus, if you add in, obviously a guy like Jordan Addison, or even throw on a TJ Hawkinson, I think you can make the argument that the Vikings would no doubt have the best wide receiver group in the NFL. You could make an argument this would be one of the best of all time if they would have pulled this trade off. You would have the best wide receiver in the league. You would have that veteran, big body target in Mike Evans. And then you got the rookie. You got the young gun in Jordan Addison. I mean, these three, all totally different archetypes of receivers. I think they would also complement each other very, very well. But Mike Evans, man, he's Mr. 1,000. He's gone over 1,000 yards in each and every single of his season of his NFL career. And the past 4 seasons, he's floating right around there every single year. I mean, this past year, even with the Buccaneers not being, the best team in the league last season, he still went over 1,100 yards, had 6 touchdowns, still a big play threat. His yards per catch always sitting around above 14. Also a big-time red zone target. I mean, in 2020 and 2021, when him and Brady were connecting, I mean, he had 13 and 14 touchdowns. So I did have to cook up this trade idea, and I don't know how I feel about it. Just because I love KJ Osborne so freaking much, but I think this would be an all-in move for the Vikings, and I think this might get it done. I think you send Tampa Bay a young, up-and-coming receiver in KJ Osborne. They want to get younger on offense. You give them that. Then you also kind of give them some icing on the cake here with a 2024 4th-round pick. I'm probably doing this deal, but I would be a little hesitant because you would obviously also have to pay Mike Evans as well. But, hey, KJ's got a contract extension just around the corner. But, hey, I can't really make up my mind. I want to ask you, though, would you make this deal? Give me an A for accept or a D for decline down in the comment section. This is going to be the pinned comment on today's video. So if YouTube throws an ad break your way, sit back, let it play, and answer today's pinned comment of you or if you would make this deal. Now let's talk about it. Chris Jones, could he be potentially out of Kansas City in a very sticky situation that honestly I think is getting under-talked about a lot because of just the impact Chris Jones has on that football team in Kansas City. He is the Patrick Mahomes of the defense. He is the driving force. And Rap Sheet's been kind of keeping everybody posted with it, as he said, because the Chiefs obviously had a practice yesterday with their game on Thursday against the Detroit Lions. He reported Chris Jones, who is still holding out, isn't present and won't be at today's practice, considered a Wednesday practice of game week, with the two sides not close on a deal, sources say. And then Pelissero followed that up by kind of talking about the running tab Chris Jones is working up here, as he said, Chris Jones racked up over roughly $2 million in fines during his training camp holdout. That's insane. Just first off, that you are in such a, I guess, good spot financially that you can just take $2 million worth of fine just because you want to prove a point. Then he also continued to say he would also give up $500,000 in workout bonuses, and he would forfeit an additional $1 million for each regular season game he has missed. So a lot of drama going on there in Kansas City. But from the Vikings' perspective, this would be an all-in move if you would somehow pull off this blockbuster trade of Chris Jones. You can't really undervalue, that certain type of archetype of defensive lineman where they can also stop the run, but they're also so dominant from the interior, they can also put pressure on the quarterback. Chris Jones, last season in 17 games, he had 16 sacks from the interior of the defensive line. I think that's incredible. Obviously, we've seen, in recent Vikings memory, seen guys like Akeem Hicks, Kenny Clark, those interior defensive linemen just wreak havoc on the Vikings' interior offensive line. So bring a guy like Chris Jones, pair him up with Danielle Hunter, Marcus Davenport. Obviously you got Ivan Pace now and Brian Asamoah running that front seven. Brian Flores would have a field day with him, and he's still in his prime. But my overall prediction with this, I think he stays in Kansas City. I think Kansas City, if we're comparing this to like the Tyreek Hill thing from last season, I think they value what Chris Jones does to that football team a whole lot more than what Tyreek Hill does. I don't think they're going to let him leave, because if they let Chris Jones walk out that building, the Chiefs would probably have a bottom three defense no matter what heading into next season. I think he stays in Kansas City, but definitely something to keep your eyes on. Coming up here in just a second, Bleacher Report dropped a bombshell article about the Vikings possibly signing this former first-round quarterback. Stay tuned, and I'll tell you who it is. But first, I do want to give a shout-out to our proud sportsbook sponsor, BetUS. If you guys head to chatsports.com/bet and enter that promo code of chat125, they'll give you a 125% deposit bonus. What does that mean? You put 100 in, they're going to give you 125 free to play with. And hey, you can use that 125 to bet on the Vikings to win the NFC North. They're plus 270 right now, so that means if you put $10 on the Vikings right now, $10 on the Vikes right now to win the division, and they end up doing so, you'll get $27 in winning. So make sure you guys check it out. Head to chatsports.com, promo code chat125, and get your deposit bonus today. So Bleacher Report dropped Bradley Roby as somebody that the Vikings should have on their radar, and they said this: Bradley Roby should be on their radar. He's been on a lot of good teams, including the Denver Broncos team that won Super Bowl 50. Roby is on the downside of his career at 31 years old, but he played well when the New Orleans Saints called upon him last season. He held opposing quarterbacks to a passer rating of 79.4 on 63 targets, and he would be a strong veteran presence for a group of young players who might need it. And I agree, because if you look at this Vikings cornerback room, man, Byron Murphy, who's 25 years old, is the veteran of the group. Andrew Booth, second year. Caleb Evans, second year. Mekhi Blackman, rookie. And Najee Thomas, a rookie as well, a UDFA. So, the Vikings, they have 5 corners, and the only really veteran in that group is Byron Murphy, who is still 25 years old and has only been in the league for about 3 seasons. So that's why overall, I do think a move is coming to this Vikings cornerback room. Maybe it's not a big-time name where they go trade for a guy, but it could be a minuscule signing like a Bradley Roby, just to add a little more veteran presence to that group. I think it would help them out a lot. Just kind of also give, some of these young cats, just a veteran leader in your ear, just kind of showing you the ins and outs of the entire NFL. Obviously, we have Harrison Smith in the secondary, but for specifically a cornerback, to have a guy like Roby, I think we saw the effect that a guy like Patrick Peterson's had in past years. So I would be actually all in on the Vikings adding a guy like Bradley Roby, but what say you? Should the Vikings add another cornerback? Hey, maybe you disagree and you're fine with rolling with the young guys all year, and I'm definitely excited to watch them play. But let me know, should the Vikings add another cornerback? Give me a Y for yes or give me an N for no down in the comment section. Curious to see what you guys got to say. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching today's edition of Vikings Now by Chat Sports. Season's here. I cannot wait to kind of get this going, and it's going to be a ton of fun. We are going to be live for the game against the Buccaneers next Sunday. But I do want to bring in Jeremy Chuggs. And I completely forgot about this, Jeremy.
Yo.
How we doing? So
I'm doing great.
We're doing something fun here.
Okay.
So me and you, we're going to go 3, 2, 1, and we're just going to name a random NFL player. Anybody on your mind. And
current?
Current. Only current.
Okay.
Only current guys. That's all you need to do, and we're just going to see if we get the same one. See if we get. So the odds of this happening, everybody, extremely unlikely. But let's just see. Maybe we could get the same team or something.
Okay, wait, look at me.
You got your guy? Who am I thinking about?
Who am I thinking about?
I think I got it.
Okay.
I think I got it. You ready? 3, 2, 1.
Adam
DeAndre
Thielen.
Swift. Not bad. Not bad.
Who'd you say?
DeAndre Swift. Thielen? All right, yeah. I like that call. But hey, comment down below DeAndre Swift and
close.
Adam Thielen, and show you some love down in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys subscribe, stay in the loop, and we will catch you guys. Hopefully, next time you guys see me live is 30 minutes before game day against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I absolutely can't wait. A little more nervous about the game. I'll be kind of giving you the more thoughts in my preview that should be going out over the next couple of days. But I am a little nervous. I think the Buccaneers are going to be a little better than some people think. And they do just match up very, very well with the Vikes. Like Mike Evans and Godwin versus young secondary could create some problems. But thank you guys so much for watching today's show. Make sure you subscribe, stay in the loop. And as always, Skol Vikes.